Today on Flavors and Knowledge, the story behind Sicily's Martorana fruit. Hello friends, and welcome back to another episode of Flavors and Knowledge. I'm your host, Chef Walter Potenza. Today, we talk about the Martorana fruit, and let me explain to you what it is. And by the way, this particular podcast skipped the line during our November month, but I'll feature it now as we are confident that you will find it interesting. As you know, religious events are steeped in tradition, and the Sicilian cuisine is no exception. Food is essential in commemorating the occasion, even on sad occasions like the Feast of the Dead, which occurs on November 2nd of every year. One traditional Sicilian sweet closely associated with this festival is marzipan, known as Martorana fruit due to its small shape. Over time, master pastry chefs have employed their creativity to transform marzipan sweets into an array of miniature forms that are delicious and visually pleasing. During autumn, these delicacies are prominently displayed in many Sicilian pastry shops. And while the origin of marzipan dates back to Arab times, its presence in Germany and other parts of Europe suggests that the recipe was also influenced by Norman cuisine. The word marzaban initially referred to a wooden box with a lid utilized for various purposes, such as storing correspondences or essential documents. The term opening marzipans emerged from this origin, meaning to reveal secrets. In ancient times, people used these boxes to send sweets made with flour, almond paste, and other ingredients. These blocks of sweets were shaped like parallelepipeds and called marzipan. The name Martorana gained popularity throughout Sicily and began after a convent was built next to the San Niccolò de' Greci church in Palermo in 1143. In 1193, the noblewoman Eloisa Martorana had a Benedictine monastery constructed alongside the church and the convent of San Niccolò de' Greci. Subsequently, the complex was commonly referred to as La Martorana, and sweets prepared by the nuns living in the convent were named after it. Legend has it that the convent had a beautiful garden with fruit trees and vegetables that made the nuns very proud. The bishop heard about this garden and wanted to see for himself. Unfortunately, his visit coincided with the Feast of All Saints, and the trees lacked the necessary fruit to be visualized. However, the nuns decided to shape small fruits from almond paste to adorn the tree and delight the bishop. This is how the Martorana fruit was born, at least based on some legend, which became eventually a typical dessert of the Feast of the Dead. Around the end of the 16th century, the Confectioner's Guild obtained a monopoly on producing Martorana fruit. This was due to concern that the nuns' preparation of the sweet was distracting them from their liturgical duties. However, many other sweets such as ossa dei morti, known affectionately as bones of the dead, made from sugar and cloves and sugar puppets like the paladins of France, were still available during this time of year. To learn more about this century-old tradition, A visit to Eleonora Cavalieri in the laboratory of Così Dunci Sweetings in Favara, Sicily, a town in the province of Agrigento, is truly recommended. I was there several times, and Eleonora Diona has recently turned her passion for royal pasta into a thriving business. She learned how to prepare traditional Sicilian sweets from local masters who specialize in this preparation. However, Eleonora's desserts have an added value because they use organic ingredients. She sources the raw material, the almond, from her family's almond grove. Her idea of starting her own business stemmed from her love for the land and her family ties. In just a few years, she has created an excellent product that has changed her career. The process of preparing almond paste, or known as royal paste, is quite complex. It starts with a syrup of water and sugar, which is brought to 110 degrees Celsius. Then, finely chopped almonds are added to the mixture, along with cinnamon and vanilla, lemon, or orange extract to give it an extra flavor. The dough is left to rest for about 20 hours, and it is then shaped with molds or freehand. Once the paste is dry, the final phase involves coloring and polishing. Polishing is optional depending on the fruit's desired appearance. This is the process by which Eleonora's Martorana fruit is made. I am sure other artisans in the island of Sicily have specific techniques, and that's what makes them really different in terms of appearance and taste. It is a story that is inextricably linked to the history of a territory, to essential ingredients that are skillfully transformed by human ingenuity, and of course tells a story of all time. And that is all on this episode about Sicily's fruit Martorana and the wonderful fruit that Eleonora Cavalieri prepares in the town of Favara near Agrigento in Sicily. And if you happen to be in Sicily, look her up. I will have all the information on the show notes for this particular episode. If you're in the kitchen today or tonight, maybe you want to attempt to make some Martorana fruit, always keep your eyes on the fire. I'll get back to you on the next round with another episode here on Flavors and Knowledge. Stay well and eat well. Ciao, ciao.
Flavors and Knowledge is brought to you by Chef Walter's Cooking School in Cranston, Rhode Island. For classes, workshops, events, and programs, please visit our website at chefwalterscookingschool.com. For all other services offered by Chef Walter's Food Group, check out our main website, chefwalter.com.